Hai, assalamualaikum. Selamat sore. Aduh. Apa kabar semua ngabuburitnya hari ini? Ini edisi perdana. Kita bikin namanya Ngobrol yuk. Jadi kita ini koneksinya agak jelek nih kayaknya. Halo, assalamualaikum. Hai, baik, alhamdulillah. Terima kasih. Apakah koneksinya cukup baik? Kemudian cukup baik ya. Jadi hari ini aku live Instagram sebetulnya dalam rangka mengisi waktu untuk berbuka puasa menunggu gitu ya. Kita mau bikin setiap weekend, insya Allah hari Sabtu dan juga Minggu. Kita mau bikin ngabuburit namanya Ngobrol yuk. Jadi saya bisa ngajakin teman-teman saya untuk sharing, untuk ngobrol-ngobrol. Temanya banyak, bisa apa aja sebenarnya. Bisa tentang sosial, bisa tentang ekonomi, bisa tentang beauty, bisa tentang apa aja sebetulnya. Nah hari ini kebetulan, jadi 2 hari lalu saya kontak salah satu teman saya yang ada di London, namanya Munaally, untuk kita ngobrol yuk gitu. Kita mau share tentang aktivitas dia yang kebetulan memang sudah cukup lama juga sih nggak ketemu, nggak ngobrol gitu. Itu sekitar beberapa tahun lalu, 4 tahun lalu kalau nggak salah. Terima kasih yang sudah bergabung hari ini. Terima kasih sudah masuk ke Instagram live aku di Ngobrol yuk sore hari ini. Ngobrol yuk, ini bisa cerita tentang apa aja sih. Jadi teman-teman juga bisa komen kira-kira next next week kita pengennya ngobrolin tentang apa, boleh ya. Dan pengen ngundang siapa juga boleh, nanti komen aja. Kalau bisa kita realisasikan, kita realisasikan. By the way, hari ini kayaknya banyak banget saya lihat di sosial media yang lagi pada kesel. Mungkin gara-garanya adalah berita penuhnya airport Soekarno-Hatta oleh banyak masyarakat yang mau melakukan pulang kampung atau mudik nih. Saya nggak tahu, karena sekarang 2 istilah ini jadi perdebatan ya katanya ya. Kalau serentak katanya jadinya mudik, tapi kalau pulang kampung itu beda. Wah, saya juga nggak ngerti, tapi sejauh saya baca di kamus aja gitu. Gimana nih pendapat teman-teman melihat kondisi seperti itu, melihat kondisi banyak banget orang yang ternyata memilih untuk pulang ke kampung halamannya, dan udah nggak ada lagi PSBB, udah nggak ada lagi social distancing karena saking penuhnya di Bandara Soekarno-Hatta. Dan jadinya jadi cukup menyedihkan gitu, karena mereka sudah tidak mengindahkan lagi kesehatan mereka sebenarnya. Well, ini kayaknya sinyalnya agak kurang baik ya. Apakah kita harus mencoba untuk mengulanginya? Oh, ternyata cukup. Oke. Balik lagi ke sambil nungguin. Nah, hai, ini Munanya udah ini nih, Munanya udah ada. Tapi sebelum aku ngobrol-ngobrol sama Muna in London, kita mau bahas dulu sedikit ya tadi tentang orang-orang yang sekarang ini pada mudik atau pulang kampung. Jadi sebetulnya pertimbangannya pasti banyak gitu teman-teman, atau orang-orang yang memutuskan untuk mudik atau pulang kampung ya nggak bisa disalahin 100% juga. Mungkin di kota dia berada saat ini, entah itu di Jabodetabek atau di Jawa Barat gitu ya, memang dia nggak ngerasa safe dengan hidupnya ya, akhirnya memutuskan untuk pulang kampung. Option keduanya mungkin karena kangen banget sama orang tuanya, sama keluarganya ya, akhirnya memutuskan dia untuk pulang kampung. Karena ada satu pepatah gitu ya, kalau di Indonesia kan sebut makan gak makan, yang penting kumpul, katanya gitu. Jadi akhirnya orang tuh banyak banget yang memilih untuk ya gak apa-apa deh, sakit, susah, yang penting kumpul sama keluarga. Padahal pulang kampung bisa jadi beresiko sangat tinggi. So I've been invited my friends from London. Kita akan share tentang social movement, tentang the Kanga Project. Sebenarnya teman saya ini bikin the Kanga Project ini since 4 years ago, jadi sekitar 2016. Aku sebetulnya sebagai teman lumayan penasaran kira-kira apa sih gitu the Kanga Project ini, terus juga apa sih sebenarnya goalsnya, kemudian juga sebenarnya tujuannya juga apa dan lain-lain. Kita langsung saja sapa Muna. Muna.
Halo, selamat
Hai
siang.
Muna, waalaikumsalam.
Good morning,
How
or
are
you guys are in the afternoon.
morning in
I've
London,
I've just
afternoon in
rolled,
here.
yeah, I've just rolled out of bed. Most people are still asleep at this time.
Oh, okay. How are you, Muna?
Alhamdulillah, I'm well. How are you?
Fine. I'm good. By
Can
the
you hear
way,
me okay, yeah?
yes.
Okay.
Your voice is clear. By the way,
hmm
I think I met you in London 2016, right? 4 years ago.
Was it 4 years?
Yeah, four
It's when
years.
I it's when I hosted your event at the
Mm-hmm.
Indonesian embassy. So I'm not sure how
Mm-hmm.
many years ago that was. But
Yes,
yeah,
4 years
time is
ago.
going so quickly. Yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
when
Time is
we
so
did
good.
the Scarf magazine event together on the
Mm-hmm.
Indonesian embassy. Yeah,
Yes.
so it's been a long while.
By the way, Scarf
Yeah,
Magazine was
it's Scarf Media now, isn't it?
yes, it's social media
Yeah,
now because
yeah.
we are digital media for modest fashion and halal lifestyle media in Indonesia now. And
Oh wow. Yeah,
okay,
I've seen it.
Mona.
Yeah.
So what are you doing now? Just
So
wake up and then.
wake up and talk to you. I'm still like trying to I need to still exercise my face because I still feel like, you
Mhm.
know, when you get up and you're just like, yeah, a little bit like that. But yeah, yeah, my baby's gonna wake up soon, so that's
Mm,
usually the first thing to do in the morning is to look after
mm,
her and
mm.
yeah, all the rest of mummy duties.
Yeah. I know that our condition is not easy now because COVID-19 and then
hmm
self quarantine, social distancing.
hmm
But how is your Ramadan so far, Mona?
Alhamdulillah, like it's been good. We've just been trying to make the most out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly at home, as like everybody else. Um, but yeah, just trying to make the most out of the weather because we don't always get really sunny
Mm-hmm.
weather here. So when we do have
Mm-hmm.
sunny weather, we just go outside for a walk.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm doing a lot of gardening um, and flower arrangements. Like
Mm-hmm.
I've just been watching the flowers grow one by
Mm-hmm.
one because it's the season now. So it's kind of like um, every other week is a new flower that kind of just pops up from the ground, which is quite amazing. So yeah, I've just
Mm-hmm.
been enjoying that really. And yeah, just at the same time thinking about ways of extending hope and support for people who are also experiencing the same thing. I know that generally a lot of people are in difficult
Mm-hmm.
circumstances in terms of work.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and yeah, I've just been speaking to people that I've worked with back in Zanzibar,
Mm-hmm.
and it just seemed like the situation is even more difficult because there really isn't like help for them, and there isn't somewhere that they can kind of fall to. So I thought, okay, we have to do something about it. So at the moment, that's kind of what I've been working on, just trying to put together a campaign to try and help those who are affected by COVID-19 back in Zanzibar. Yeah.
Okay. Before we more talk about social movement with the
hmm
Kanga Project,
hmm
I know that you are a teacher, photography teacher, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so how did you do your activities
hmm
um,
Yeah,
with the
so
photo?
so with photography, it's just
Mm-hmm.
been kind of like a passion project since I graduated from uni. That's been a long time now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just naturally, I think I just kind of fell into teaching. It's just because just when people see you with a camera, you just tend to get asked a lot of questions. So yeah, like a few years ago, I hosted my first workshop here in London, and that went really well. I hosted another one last year, but in between that, I've hosted a retreat in Zanzibar abroad, where I also taught photography to the attendees. I've done work with schools. I've taught like a group of 13-year-olds, which was quite amazing. It's so different to teaching adults. But yeah, the idea behind me teaching photography has always been like trying to get my students to understand the art of seeing. So actually understanding that it's not the equipment, but it's your eyes first and foremost. It's about you looking for the right things to photograph, to see beauty in simple things, and to really kind of like open your eyes further than just kind of like your immediate surroundings, so that you're looking for the images as opposed to just taking photos. Do you know what I mean? And then kind of that's the first thing I kind of teach, and I feel like that's the fundamentals of photography that a lot of people kind of miss out on. And that goes regardless of age or experience. That's always my first advice. And yeah, kind of just carry on from there, really.
Okay. Despite COVID-19, you're still productive, right?
I'm trying to be as much as possible. But yeah, I mean, with productivity, it kind of comes and goes. There are some days when it just feels like I can't do anything, and I just want to cover my head with the duvet. Yeah, it's not 100% productivity. Even with like everything I'm trying to do, I have days when I'm like, I can't do this. How can I do this? Mostly, I think it's just it's the fact that this situation is it's so different to anything that anybody's ever experienced. And there are many times when you just don't know how to react to it. You know, like when you start thinking about family, thinking about travel and all the rest of it, and you start feeling really locked up and as though your freedom is being taken away from you, that's when it just starts to get a little bit difficult. But like, alhamdulillah, like trying to make the most of it for the most part.
Yeah, alhamdulillah. Okay, let's move to other questions. Una, I know you've been making the Kanga Project since 2016, 4 years ago. But honestly, I don't know what is Kanga.
You don't know what Kanga is?
I don't know what is Kanga. What is the Kanga Project? What is Kanga? Oh, okay. Oh, Kanga, not Kanga, but Kanga. Oh, Kanga.
This is Kanga. So Kanga is a fabric.
Fabric.
This fabric, yeah. It's a cotton fabric.
Like batik
it's
in here.
Yes, exactly. It's like your version of batik. And the women in East Africa, they use this to cover themselves like a hijab, and they also cover it as a skirt. So usually you see them wearing the same kanga on their heads and wrapped around as well. So this kanga has a lot of meaning to it. Each kanga has like a border. I'll show you.
Oh, okay.
I tried to set my phone up to stand, but then I can't because I'm using headphones. So I don't know. I don't have a phone stand, so I only have one hand. Sorry.
Okay.
So yeah, there we go. So you can see there.
Yes.
That's actually
beautiful.
Like
blue.
It's a poetic little line, and each kanga has a different line. And traditionally, we gift kanga on days of occasions like weddings, or usually when someone's getting married or someone's moving home, or if it's Eid, for example. It's a very respectful and honourable present for someone to give and to receive. And it's usually according to the words that it's written on it as well. But usually people have been gifting it for like to gift joy and it's kind of one of those things where it's so simple, it's not expensive, everybody knows the price of it, but the price of it is a lot more in terms of its metaphorical meaning, so people really understand the value of it further than the price. You know what I mean?
Okay. Could you share to us what is
Hmm.
the Kanga Project? Because I know
Yeah.
we can donate to women in East Africa for
Hmm.
mamas and women
Yeah.
only in there.
Yeah. So yeah, the Kanga is used by women.
Mm-hmm.
So with the Kanga project, I decided that I wanted to gift mothers in particular.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why is because every time I went out, I was volunteering with Al Ansari Foundation, which is a charity that operates in Zanzibar, and they give all the specific needs of the community, the things that you would consider essential, like water, food, orphan
Mm-hmm.
care, all the rest of it. So I was going out with them and I was photographing their different projects, but it felt that I needed to leave something more with the
Mm-hmm.
mothers because usually it's the mothers that came, the mothers that received us, and it's the mothers that gave us joy as well and who had so much hope for their communities. Um, so just thinking about it, I felt like I needed to give something more to them in particular. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and now that I'm the mom, I really understand even more so how impactful it is to actually receive a gift. Um,
Mm-hmm.
because if someone came up to me and gave me a gift, like I'll probably have tears in my eyes. And it's the same. Like the women who receive the gift of Kanga just really receive it with gratitude, and it's one of those beautiful things where because they understand the metaphorical meaning behind it, they really take it to heart. It's like for them, they're thinking about wow, like someone from across the world came all this way to give me this gift. Like that's a big deal. And it's a big deal because it also unites people on a global basis. So it's a very simple gift, a gift that gives joy, and at the same time a gift that is received with hope and love and admiration in the manner of which you give them that kind of like that warmth in their hearts, knowing that someone is actually caring about them. Yeah.
Okay. How much the progress the Kanga Project have you made?
So at the moment, we've actually gifted 2,000 women individually, um, and more to be honest. But with counting, I think I'm just going to say 2,000, just keep it there. But yeah, and it's been over. Goodness, it's been perhaps maybe 20 villages, so different communities of people.
Wow.
Um, and I've traveled across islands as well. So Zanzibar itself it comprises of smaller islands. There's two main ones, and then there's small little ones as well on the side. So we've gone to 3 islands in total for all these different communities, and each community is different as well. And each community has received about 100 kanga pairs for their women. So what it's also done is it's brought us together. It's brought a sense of unity amidst the communities as well as just globally. So it's quite a big network that's coming together, I guess. Yeah.
Wow, so proud of you, Muna.
Alhamdulillah. Thank you.
Mama or woman
Hmm.
as a segmentation for your project. Why?
Yeah.
Very specific for mama or woman.
I mean, I'm really inspired by Islam as just a general life rule that my deen inspired me. And, you know, as you know, like in Islam, the mother is 3 times ranking above the father. And even like the Prophet ﷺ said that paradise lies under the feet of your mother, and that a mother goes through hardship and distress in order to have her children. And I think that it's this hardship and distress, and the element of paradise being with her that just made me feel compelled to somehow give to them in particular, because it meant that you're essentially supporting the core foundation of communities at large. Um, and yeah, I think that's kind of why.
Okay. Nah, untuk yang baru gabung di Instagramku, jadi sekarang ini aku lagi di ngobrol yuk barengan sama munaally. Jadi kalau teman-teman mungkin siapa sih gitu munaally? Munaally ini adalah salah seorang fotografer dari London yang sekarang ini dia punya project namanya The Kanga Project yang memang didedikasikan untuk perempuan-perempuan di Zanzibar, Tanzania, right? In
Mm.
Tanzania,
It's
Tanzania,
yeah. So
Zanzibar.
Zanzibar is off the coast. It's
Cool,
an
oke.
island off the coast of Tanzania. Yeah.
Jadi salah bagian dari Tanzania, ya, Zanzibar tadi, karena memang di Zanzibar itu mayoritasnya adalah Muslim dan perempuan sana kesehariannya tuh menggunakan si kanga tadi, gitu. Jadi dia berinisiatif untuk apa namanya membuat satu movement untuk menghidupkan juga small business di sana. Jadi dia bikinlah movement si di Kanga Project, gitu ya. Terima kasih loh teman-teman yang sudah bergabung. Okay, next question. Why Zanzibar?
Why Zanzibar? So I started volunteering in Zanzibar, and it's always just had a very special place in my heart. But it's also half of where I'm from, and
Mm-hmm.
it's just always been a part of who I am and a culture of which I feel compelled to support and be a part of. But yeah, really and truly, my voluntary trips there had really solidified that desire to keep on going, because once you start with one community, you kind of just want to continue with those same people because you're there, and it almost feels like as though you've been sent there for a purpose and reason. So I just say to myself, like, I know that there are so many communities and countries of people who are in need and in difficulties. And as much as I would love to help everybody in the world, I know that that's not a possibility. I have to kind of start where I can. And because I've started there, I'm just continuing there.
Okay. So, how if you want to join with the movement for the Kanga Project?
Yeah. So at the moment, I'm going to launch a Kanga Project Small Business Fund, which is a side project of the Kanga Project itself. So again, we are supporting communities, but this time around we're extending it not just to women, but to men as well. And we are going to support businesses on the ground, especially with the COVID-19 crisis that's happening right now. They don't have much to fall back on, like I said. So the Kanga Project Small Business Fund will enable these men and women, mostly craftsmen and artists, to continue the work that they're doing. The women that we will be working with are mothers who actually they weave baskets, but they do it in their homes. So they're not going out to work; they're continuing the work at home, and then they sell off their products. So we're going to find creative solutions to increase their financial gain with the arts and crafts that they produce with the funds. We're also going to help them with resources and materials of which they potentially could need. And so that's how you could support. Inshallah, that at the moment, I'm just waiting for the campaign link to go live. So it's a little bit of a process, but once it does go live, then you can donate on there, inshallah. But not only that, but I'm hoping to really try and engage everybody as much as possible. So I'm thinking of perhaps launching a competition to design your own kanga, and that would be really fun to get everybody involved in. But really and truly, the best way to get involved is to make dua for the people that I keep kind of representing and talking about, because really and truly, the only way out of ease is through God. So yeah, hopefully our prayers can do that.
Oh, very excited. So, I saw the website. Wait a minute. www.kangaproject.com, right?
Yeah.
So the kangaproject.com. So if you want to donate to or participate in the campaign, we can open the www.thekangaproject.com.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
you can go on there right now and sponsor on there, or you can
Oh.
wait. Yeah, or you
Mhm,
can wait for the campaign, which will
mhm.
be going live in a few days, and you can donate on there too. Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. Wow, okay, okay, okay. So very interesting. Oh, this is Kanga, very colorful. Kanga is very colorful, like batik,
Yeah, yeah,
like
it's very
batik,
much like batik. Yeah,
like batik.
yeah, but batik is
This is
handmade.
handmade or
No, this is the
no?
yeah. I was just gonna say to you, batik is handmade. Kanga
Mm-hmm.
isn't.
Mm.
It's usually mass produced. So,
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
yeah, it's probably it might be screen printed. It's made in India, so it might be. I think it might be
Mm.
screen printed. It might be like a few screens. Um, but yeah, it's not like batik where batik is more intricate and it's hands done. Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, Muna, before we go out, I want to
Hmm.
ask one question for you. I know that being a Muslim in my country as a
Hmm.
majority, but I know in your country is a minority, right?
Yeah.
And I think that is not easy, be a minority in your country. So how to be impactful as a minority?
Hmm. I mean, in all honesty, I feel like when you don't dwell on the fact that it's difficult or like it's not easy, like if you're
Mm-hmm.
not thinking about how easy or how difficult it is, and you just
Mm-hmm.
are who you are and continue being the person that you are, I think it's easy in that sense. Um, in England, there are many opportunities, there are grants, there are organizations that you can join. There are courses that you can do that you
Mm-hmm.
can really elevate yourself and empower yourself with knowledge and help whoever you want to help and be of impact wherever you see fit. So, really and truly, I think it's not quite about being a minority or majority, but it's more about the strength that you have internally and taking that strength wherever you are in the world, kind of thing. Whether you stand out or you're just part of everybody else. Ultimately, it really is your internal strength that will drive you um, to whatever change that you have intentions of doing.
Okay. Okay, Muna, nice to chit chat with you.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, sure.
I hope that
When you come
it's
here?
fulfilled. Oh, I wish I can come there. I really do wish I could come. Inshallah,
Yes,
it's
I miss
definitely
traveling
on
too.
my everybody misses traveling, right?
Yes, yes,
It's one
yes,
of my list, inshallah, to come there. But yeah, when I come, we can go and take pictures. And you
yes,
can take me to
sure.
your communities, right?
Of course, Sylvie. Thank you
Inshallah.
so much,
Thanks for
Mona. Have
having
a
me.
fasting.
Thank you.
Stay safe, stay healthy,
Likewise, inshallah.
and
Jazakallah
success for
khair.
your campaign, the Kanga Project.
Thank you.
Right.
Thanks for inviting me. Salam.
Bye.
Bye.
Assalamualaikum. Nah, itu ngobrol-ngobrol sedikit sama Muna Ali. Jadi kalau apa namanya mungkin apaan sih ngobrolin apaan sih tadi gitu ya. Jadi sengaja aku mengundang beliau untuk ngobrol sore hari ini tentang The Kanga Project karena sebetulnya kalau yang kita tahu bahwa di Indonesia saja tuh begitu banyak movement-movement yang dilakukan oleh teman-teman kita, entah itu yang bersinggungan tentang COVID-19 atau juga di luar COVID-19 dan sebetulnya kenapa kita juga harus membuka mata, membuka pikiran bahwa pandemi ini tidak hanya dirasakan oleh kita sendiri tapi dirasakan oleh seluruh dunia. Jadi eh, kesedihan, kekhawatiran itu memang lumrah, tapi rasanya kalau terlalu berlebihan seharusnya sih tidak ya, karena memang kalau kita bisa lalu ini bersama-sama, insya Allah semuanya bisa berjalan baik. We know if we are not stay at home, the pandemic will be worse gitu. Jadi kalau misalnya kita nggak stay di rumah, mungkin pandemik ini akan jadi jauh lebih buruk gitu dibandingkan kalau kita diam di rumah. Jadi sebaiknya kita diam di rumah, melakukan semua aktivitas di rumah, insya Allah semuanya bisa cepat berlalu. By the way, terima kasih banyak loh yang udah nemenin ngobrol yuk perdana hari ini. Insya Allah besok aku juga bakal datang lagi menghantui di live Instagram dengan tema yang berbeda. Jadi besok aku akan mengundang siapa kira-kira? Jadi seorang perempuan yang sudah warawiri di industri kreatif juga, membuat kreatif event di Bandung, di Jawa Barat. Kalau udah menyebutkan nama beliau, mungkin kalau di Bandung kayaknya udah nggak asing ya eventnya. Besok aku akan ngobrol dengan Sina Krisnawati. Jadi Teh Sina akan ngobrol-ngobrol sama aku besok sore. Nggak sore sih, besok jam 2. Karena kalau hari ini sore, karena kasihan kalau terlalu siang, munanya masih kepagian di London. Jadi kalau besok jam 2 siang aku bakal ngobrol-ngobrol sama Teh Sina dari Hijab Fest. Nah, kalau teman-teman mungkin yang kangen sama Hijab Fest karena belum bisa terlaksana karena di masa pandemi ini semua orang melakukan kegiatannya melalui digital platform. Ya, pasti kangen sih ya. Kita ketemu di suatu acara, bisa jualan misalnya untuk teman-teman yang punya brand. Nah, besok aku akan ngobrol-ngobrol sama Teh Sina nih, apa yang akan dilakukannya mungkin pasca pandemi ini berlalu atau justru during COVID-19 ini apa sih yang sedang dilakukan atau strategi-strategi yang sedang dijalankan sama Hijab Fest. Oke, saya mau nyapa dulu yang sudah bergabung sore ini. Ada banyak orang-orang baru tampaknya, mungkin teman-temannya Muna. Oh ya, kalau misalnya teman-teman tadi pengen tahu atau pengen donate pada perempuan-perempuan di Zanzibar sana, di Afrika sana, boleh dicek aja, ada websitenya di www.thekanga, kanganya tuh Kanga ya, nulisnya kayak yang aku, enggak ya, belum ditaruh nih, www.thekanaproject.com. Oke, nanti aku, nggak usah dipin lah ya, nanti aku share aja, banyak iklan kalau di rumah. Oke. Sebentar lagi kita mau buka puasa, jadi saya juga mau siap-siap, mau siap-siap menyiapkan buka puasa di rumah. Thank you so much buat yang sudah gabung hari ini. Insya Allah ketemu lagi besok di Ngobrol Yuk jam 2 siang tentunya di IG Live bersama saya Temi Sumarlin. Saya pamit. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye.